It's a company that works with the players associations, and is actually owned by our players associations.
So you're at OneTeam Partners. You're the Vice President of Business and Legal Affairs there. And let's talk about what OneTeam is and what it does.
Yeah, so OneTeam, I've been there for about a year and a half, and it's a relatively young company. We've been in operation in existence for I guess going on 6 years now. But it's a company that works with the players associations, and it's actually owned by our players association. So our MLBPA, NFLPA, WNBPA, NWSLPA, and a few others. To really help maximize the commercial value of athletes in their collective rights, right? So not focusing on individual deals and endorsements of the like, but really finding ways to maximize their NIL value at scale in a way that supports the players associations, the unions, but also obviously the players themselves. So instead of athletes being commercialized, one by one or individually, we bring them together using their group rights and partner with brands, media companies, investors to really build real businesses beyond that. So in practical sense, that can look like video games, right? You're using your players in video games, and so in order for a company to use their NIL, they've got to have the rights to do so, right? Trading cards. You may have seen we announced, WNBPA announced a deal with Panini, and so the ability now to use WNBA players NIL in that business as well. I'm trying to think of what other sponsorships, content, all of those things. Really, again, all designed to unlock that collective commercial power that athletes have in a way that really hadn't been done before. So I've enjoyed it. It's been really, really fun. I work alongside some incredible colleagues, not only my legal partners and our small but mighty legal team, but my business colleagues and counterparts who are really pushing the envelope every day to make sure that we're living up to our purpose and our mission of supporting athletes and athletes' rights.
Well, I wanted to get into some of the commercial deals and partners that OneTeam has and that works, sometimes, with the specific players associations. But who are some of those brands? I mean, you mentioned Panini, and who are some of the others that you work with?
Absolutely. Also, pretty recently, and I can't remember if it was last week or 2 weeks ago, but you may have seen in the news that actually J.P. Morgan Chase and the WNBPA announced a partnership, one that we're really, really excited about because it's a little bit different than your traditional partnership where, sometimes you're just a logo placement or you're putting a name out there really to just connect with a brand. This one is, I think, important to us and the PA for a variety of reasons. One, it's a multi-year deal, and so we're excited about that. But in addition to traditional sponsorship rights, JP Morgan Chase is providing financial education and resources directly to players. So as you know, the CBA has been a hot topic, rightfully so, for the last couple of years. The growth of the league, the growth of the, I would say, prominence of the women athletes who are doing the work has been important. And so in order to match and meet that moment, we felt like this was an awesome opportunity for a, incredibly respectable, financial firm like JP Morgan Chase. Obviously, I worked there prior to OneTeam. But to come in and sit right, alongside the players to help educate them as they are now stepping into these opportunities with their increased salary, their increased visibility, to make sure they're thinking about their careers in ways that provide longevity beyond what their playing days look like. So that's an example of one. As I mentioned, we also have some trading card deals. You may have also seen some work that we've done in the video game gaming space as well, around player use and name, image, and likeness. So I think we touch on just about every sort of commercial opportunity that you could think of when it comes to players. We've got deals obviously in place with the likes of Fanatics, when you're going and buying your favorite player's jersey. And so it really, it's a broad area of partners that we work with. And they're great partners because obviously the players are the ones that are out there doing the work, but really getting their name, their images, their likeness in a way that fans enjoy. I enjoy buying and supporting. So it really is a broad area of partners and brands that we get to partner with. When
you do these partnership deals, I mean, how do you decide how to structure them, how it's fair for the players, and then it's really good for the brand, and everyone's just really happy in the end?
Yeah, so I think it certainly helps. Not helps. I would give my business colleagues the credit that they deserve, because they are the ones that are out on the forefront, really pushing the envelope, having the conversations with brands, and not just any brand, but brands and partners that really align with each of the respective players associations. There are some deals that we have with licensees that they may have a connection or represent or a relationship with multiple players associations. And then there are others where it makes sense, where they are in a lane that is more akin, or there's more of a relationship with one particular players association or union. But I think beyond it, coming from the lens of always keeping the players and the athletes at the forefront, anything that we do, how we structure deals, whether or not we are involved with a particular partner, all flows back to, is this something that's going to benefit our players associations, our players directly? Is this something, a company or a brand that aligns with the mission of our players associations and partners? And we do it alongside our PAs. So it's not like we're out there kind of operating in silos. We are in close coordination and contact with our union partners, and making sure that we're in alignment with them. And so we know them very well. They know us very well. To again make sure that what we are doing for them is reflective of the direction that they want to move in, the strategy that they want to move in, and so there's alignment there across the board.
Can you give some examples of that? Maybe whether it's with Major League Baseball or the NWSL or WNBPA. I mean, like, is there an example of like where they said, hey, we're really looking to get, it's a group license, as you said earlier, right? And mm-hmm. So it's not just not one player, but it's a group of players. We really want to go after this certain category or this brand. I mean, do those things happen and then you go and execute that for them?
Yeah, there's a lot of conversation that happens, and I think what's unique about OneTeam, and I think also unique about the role that I'm in, is we get to see a lot, and not all players associations look and operate the same. Obviously, they all have similar missions, and their primary goal, right, is to support players, athletes, and their health, their wellness, benefits, and things like that. They are unions at the end of the day. But I think what is pretty cool is that you have some unions who have been doing this, and in business, their business models are a little bit more, I would say, mature. They're just a little further ahead in the life cycle, and so their needs might be a little bit different, right? How we walk alongside them in terms of strategy, in terms of pursuing innovative opportunities may look a little different than a younger, league or players association. And I'm thinking, primarily around some of our women's sports that are really beginning to tap in and unlock the commercial value that these athletes have. And so strategy and conversations around unlocking particular categories, particular opportunities, and revenue streams. There may be more to do, right, in those areas, because we're really building this thing from the ground up, as opposed to another player association or a union who perhaps has had this business going and is just trying to figure out, some ways to build upon what they've already done so well.